two great rugby nations. As we look inside the All Black dressing room, they know they need to step up after the disappointment of Cape Town 3 weeks ago. They did win in Sydney, but they need some revenge to keep in this Tri-Nations in 2005. Well, the Springboks are fired up. They're ready to go, and they're on their way out. Brought out by their inspirational skipper, John Smith.
John Smith and the Springboks.
Well, for the third test in a row, the Springboks will field an unchanged forward pack, and one of their key men is Victor Matfield. His line-out ability both on his own and opposition ball is outstanding, and he forms with Baki Sport a formidable second row. It's an imposing 8, with even the loose trio of Van Neerkerk, Smith and Berger having height and weight. And a forced change in the Springbok backline with Brayton Pulser under suspension. So into midfield comes DeVette Barry, the scourge of All Black sides in the past with his tough tackling and confrontational approach. Barry's inclusion means that this season's regular midfield Jean de Villiers goes back to the wing where he played in the last Tri-Nations. And the new man in the reserves there, Marius Joubert, good enough to score a hat-trick of tries against the All Blacks last season in Johannesburg, but only on the reserve bench this season. So the Springboks are there on a cool night in Dunedin. Now it's the turn of the All Blacks, who have this outstanding record here at Carisbrook. Like the Springboks, the All Blacks have gone with the same pack for the third test in a row, meaning they'll have the chance to right the wrongs of Cape Town. A lot of emphasis tonight on line-outs, and so it's a big game for Kevin Mialamu as he endeavours to hit his obvious targets, Chris Jack and Ali Williams. The All Blacks have also been forced to make a change in their backline. Leon McDonald winning the battle for the number 10 jersey, vacated by the injured Dan Carter. McDonald has never started in this position in a test, but he won that battle ahead of Luke McAllister. Also the first start at a home test tonight for halfback Piri Wepu.
For the national anthems. To sing the national anthem of South Africa, Penelope Muir. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem of New Zealand, to be sung by Dave McAtamney.
national anthems of New Zealand and South Africa. And now the All Blacks come up to do the haka. And keep an eye on this.
A new tradition, a haka peculiar to this All Black team. In fact, I believe they're instrumental in composing it, more reflective of the cosmopolitan mix of this group.
Yes, a new haka for the All Blacks. Tonight's referee, Joel Jut from France. We've seen him in New Zealand already this season. He did the first test match against the British Isles. And the touch judges tonight, Chris White of England, Guillermo de Santos of Italy, and a Frenchman also to make the television match decisions, Christophe Verdos. As we look at Brian Habana, and we're almost set to go. Opportunity to welcome our international audience. So wherever you're watching this particular match, welcome. Be it the UK, Australia, North America, Asia, the Pacific Islands. Here in New Zealand, of course, at the Chathams as well. Joel Jute checking with everybody. We'll get conditions in just a moment. But the game is underway here at Carisbrook. Andre Pretorius makes the kickoff. Straight down to Perry Whippu. And the little halfback runs into the Springbok defence early. And January running through offside. And let's see whether the referee was playing any advantage. It appears not. Ian Smith sideline condition, Smithy.
Yeah, it's a little bit greasy underfoot in this, but that's because of the dew that's just settled on the ground in the last hour or so. The All Blacks won the toss, decided to play from left to right as you look at it on your screen, and that means they're playing into the slightest of breezes, but that's all.
First line out throw not contested by the All Blacks. DeVette Barry, he could crash it up all night. All Blacks put him down though on the 10-metre line. Now it's with Pretorius, and he gets taken by Collins very solidly. January is able to free it up again, and the run from Van Niekerk, and the Springboks starting strongly here, just out from the 22. The All Blacks penalised.
You play the ball and the ruck form.
Interesting, I reckon penalties could have gone either way there. Springbok players coming in from the side, cleaning out All Blacks, but certainly the Boks are on the offensive. So the All Blacks chose to, here's just the finish of it. Let's see if we can have a look. I thought he suggested it was Heyman that was penalised. Couldn't really see whether he was continuing to play while he was on the deck.
Not an easy first up kick here for Percy Montgomery. His goal kicking in Perth last week was just a little astray. but generally speaking, his percentage is good.
He just strokes it these days. Very accurate, not great distance, but great accuracy.
Just a couple of paces, and it's over. Early penalty goal by Percy Montgomery, and just over 2 minutes gone. The Springboks lead by 3-0.
And the All Blacks continue the tradition for the last 3 weeks or last 3 matches. They've conceded the early points. Once again, they're starting from behind the 8 ball.
Well, it's so important in test matches to get inside the opposition territory. Everyone's nervous. There's more often than not penalties in the first 2 or 3 minutes.
McDonald goes fairly short, falls nicely into the arms of Botha, and Bakis Botha almost to the 10-metre line. Now Ricky January standing back is Pretorius, keeps it low. Waiting for it is Mills Muliaina. All Blacks thinking of a counter-attack, but he goes the conservative way. January waits, and so does Montgomery. They both missed it, and it was knocked on by Muliaina trying to recover, or was it Rico Gear, one of the two, and in fact the first knock on by a Springbok.
Well, this is the first attacking opportunity for the All Blacks in the game. They really haven't had the ball. They received the first kick-off, which they opted to do.
All Black scrum been very solid throughout the season, even though there is quite a distinct weight advantage here for the Springboks.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's the biggest pack of the three, for sure, the Boks. But this All Black pack in a scrummaging capacity has been very successful. Yeah.
Please. And bonding.
Yeah, well, why would Eddie... I mean, I don't understand that penalty, the decision of that penalty. Because, I mean, it's your ball on attack for the first time. You wouldn't be wanting to collapse a scrum unless you had no option. And it was more on the hit than anything else.
2 early penalties against the All Blacks.
Although you see that Heyman's knee was on the ground.
Chris White of England, touch judge on this near side of the field in the first half. Ron Smith goes to the line out. Matfield is oh so reliable in that area. And the Springboks drive off home. The All Blacks might have turned him though. But the Springboks are able to get the ball back. Now Pretorius shifts it back to Barry, but they were sweating on Davet Barry. And look at the black wave hit him. Still there for January. Now Pretorius, partially charged. Chance for Rokafoko. It's given a bit of space. Might just have the pace, and Rokafoko's in.
Well, they're going to the TMO, but it was a wonderful catch and sprint by Rokafoko. There was nothing in it in the sprint.
Just watch as he finishes up getting turned on his back, and does he plant it?
There's no problem with that.
That's okay.
Yep, I think he'll take that. Well, it was pressure on the Springbok. They withheld the pressure, and then they tried to move it. Pretorius was under pressure. Have a little look at the replay. Pretorius put the kick. It was just charged down McDonald, I think it was.
6 Tri-Nations tries against the Springboks for Joe Rokafoko. 9 overall, as he just had the wheels. Pretorius almost got him, and over goes Joe Rokafoko once again.
Well, it was McDonald that got his arm to it. The pressure on his opposite, Pretorius. And Rokafoko, who sucked it in beautifully and just took off.
Early charge on Leon McDonald as he starts with a difficult kick. Oh, it's a beauty.
Well, that should quieten down a few of the critics, I'd say, around New Zealand. Much debate in this country, of course, over who should be taking Dan Carter's place, with both Carlos Spencer and Andrew Mertens off to Europe. And the choice was the experience, McDonald.
And good common sense too from Aaron Major, going straight to the right foot of Andre Pretorius. with a charge down.
The restart. The All Blacks make their best start of the Tri-Nations as they get the early try. 6 minutes gone, 7-3.
Offside, yeah.
Ball held in there.
Accidental offside.
And
Correct. Accidental offside.
the Frenchman has found that the All Blacks were accidentally offside in there.
Tell you what, that's a tough call, that one. So what he's saying is that they weren't bound
Russian hold. Stay hold. Keep hold low.
and ran into their own players.
Russian hold.
And I'm not so sure.
Van Niekerk delivers the pass to De Villiers. Here comes Barry on the charge again. Nailed this time by McCaw. He gets a bit of a working over while he's down there. Now Juan Smith. January again changing the point of direction. Pretorius away to Berger. And 4 or 5 All Blacks in on him once again. And they've been done again.
Stop, please.
Evan Mialamu this time.
No.
I suppose got Mialamu for that, but the South Africans are on the bench, absolutely livid about the treatment dished out by Jerry Collins on Berger.
Yeah,
all on their feet.
Maybe they ought to have a look at what happened to Richie McCaw in the previous ruck.
Yes, war away. Okay. And after you have some players who are over the tackle situation. You stay on the top, okay?
Yes, but on our feet.
Yes, but the first fault is the tackler. Okay.
So the penalty went for the tackler. So let's have a look. The tackler's Mialamu. Well, there are 2 tacklers really, but well, I'm not sure what Mialamu could have done wrong there. He tackled the guy and he wasn't playing the ball at all.
So Percy Montgomery kicked the first one from an awkward position. This is much handier for him.
22.
And he's missed it. So the standards have been set. It's going to be a traditional All Black Springbok test.
Okay.
Quickly taken by the All Blacks. Ball slipped to McCaw. All Blacks want the ball in hand. Wepu under a bit of pressure, but he's good enough to get out of it. Gets up and goes again. Now Collins whips it away. McDonald looking for a gap. Slipped through one tackle. Now here's Collins once more.
It's a rack. Okay, Phil.
Wepu hands it blindside to Major. And he's well contained.
Oh, good support, though.
Now the ball's loose. Habana! And he's away.
Okay.
He's stolen another one.
Well, heartbreaking stuff for New Zealand, but Habana's the man of the moment. He was last week against the Wallabies. 2 blistering tries down the touchline and another tonight. So Major sets it up. The ball came back off Piriwepu's feet.
No chance of stopping this man. His 13th test try in just his 12th test match. His 4th in the Tri-Nations this season. And the Springboks back in front. Montgomery again. This time he's got it right.
Well, you've got to give credit to Ricky January there for disrupting that ball through, kicking it through onto Wepu, and then it was all over. 3rd try in 2 weeks when Habana has not had a hand laid on him. He is grease lightning.
Brian Habana scores the first try by a Springbok back at Carisbrook since 1956. Unbelievable, really. We know that they have a poor record here. Rokethoko, well, was that challenge from Berger legit? Didn't appear to be waiting for him to hit the deck. Now Wepu, McDonald, Collins. Wepu again, McDonald looking to step his way through. 5 metres on the Springbok side of halfway. Springboks coming through. No real protection there for the All Black halfback. And it's there for January.
Offside, all right.
And he gets the All Blacks this time.
Offside. 10.
And I think Ali Williams really
They can play quickly.
have a bit of a fiddle there when he shouldn't have.
Well, I think he just fly kicked at it, but it was a genuine penalty, that one. I don't think we can doubt that.
10. He was offside.
Well, let's go back to the kickoff. I don't think you're allowed to attack players while they're in the air.
Yes, precisely.
Rakathoko caught one in the small of the back from Berger. Definitely still in the air.
Well, there's absolutely no doubt about that. But then they retained possession, the All Blacks. Jerry Collins set it up, and then McDonald broke the line, and somehow the Boks won that. So it was a good turnover to South Africa. And of course, that's highly against the rules.
Now this is Pretorius Nisbo, longer distance. This kick I measure around 54 metres.
Not a bad looking kick. Just dragged it away to the left. He had the distance, Andre Pretorius, but no points. Springboks continue to lead 10 points to 7.
Well, it's been a frenetic start to this match.
Only 13 minutes gone. It feels like a lot longer. Here's Pretorius again, looking for the touchline this time. And that's not a bad kick. Pretty useful because the Springboks will put pressure on the All Black line-out.
Well, I guess it's smart play too, playing the touchline deep inside All Black territory. They've got a penalty count of 4-0, the Boks at the moment. And the referee is sensitive.
First throw by Kevin Mialamu was taken straight off the top by Chris Jack. Collins is standing out of midfield to crash it up.
Okay. Place the ball. Stop.
And the All Blacks get their first penalty of the game. Boy, this is confrontational.
Well, it's a real battle going on for supremacy over the ball, really.
Not with shoulder. Okay? Not with shoulder. Keep your head, please. Keep your head. Clear. Keep your head clear. John, what's the walking? Okay.
So just the 3 line-outs so far in the match.
First throw by Kevin Mialamu was on the money to Chris Jack. Over the back he goes, McCaw. McDonald carries it on.
Hands off!
Now taken away by Wepu, slips it to Jack. Good run by Chris Jack. Wepu decides to go himself. Now he throws the pass, but Collins couldn't grab it. And a knock on by the Springboks.
Scrum black.
Noticeable that the All Blacks are probing at the fringes, something they didn't do at Cape Town.
Well, the other interesting thing is they're using McDonald, actually, as confrontational player as well. I see in this morning's paper he's 100 kilos, so he's pretty big and strong.
Russian hold.
And he likes taking it to the line too, so they're actually using him on one out.
Yes.
And of course, Wepu's a little bit the same.
Away goes Wepu. But the ball knocked back by a Springbok, so it's still live. Snapped up though by January. Away for Davet Barry, showing good pace. And he gets his kick off. And Major happy to let it go.
Well recovered by South Africa. They wrapped it up. They found space. They're seemingly not under pressure, South Africa. They're doing things calmly.
Over the back it goes, and Wepu's able to make a clearance. And he bangs it down towards the halfway line.
So New Zealand varying it around the lineouts. The last one was cleanly over the back, and it was a good move. They broke the line.
No line-outs lost against the throw as yet in the game. 15 minutes gone.
Who is the receiver? Who is the receiver?
Well, he's asking the wrong team who the receiver is. South Africa throwing the ball in.
Porter, and it's been
Knock on, scrum, black.
knocked on. Well, there wasn't much advantage there. In fact, there was none.
I suspect our Frenchman's a little bit nervous. So if I was New Zealand, I'd be wanting to get inside Springbok territory pretty quick.
Now here's McDonald looking for Major. Got his pass off to McCaw. Fights his way down to just inside Springbok territory. Gap opens up for Wepu. Has another crack at them. Makes 10 metres.
Good yardage.
Woodcock has to play at halfback. Serves it up for Collins. Collins, powerful surge by Jerry Collins. 10 metres inside the 22, looking for quick ball. Now they free it up for McDonald. Mia Lamu, and knocked on by McCaw, who wasn't expecting the pass. But a promising move again by the All Blacks. Big charge by Collins.
Well, numbers going forward over the ball the last 3 phases. That was the end of it. Jerry Collins broke Pretoria's tackle and January's and just forced his way on. He said, now come and stop me. This is where I think he did really well. He was tackled heavily here, but the great thing about it is he kept the ball really secure under duress. Hidden by the post.
Well, he's been given the opportunity because of the fact that Wepu has been making so much space around the fringes as well, and he's the man they're looking at all of a sudden. So out wide of him, one pass wide, is where the gap is created.
Yes, the All Blacks are definitely probing round the fringes because they know the Springbok backline are coming up so quickly.
Oh, wait. English.
January goes short, hooks a rough pass, having to snap it up as Fourie, and inevitably he runs into the All Black forward pack. January, and away he goes. Referee's going to play an advantage though.
Offside line.
And he's got the All Blacks offside.
Offside line. No, you're offside.
A lot of penalties in the first 18 minutes of the game. Matfield in the green headgear, organising the line-out.
No, who is the strummer? Please, I disagree. I disagree. Back. Back. Back, please.
Barkey's Porter. Back to Smith. Away for Berger. Oh, he threw an elbow there. He led with an elbow.
Hands away! Hands away!
And I'm sure that's not on the laws of the game either. Back for Pretorius. Rokothoko waits for this. Been stretching a lot, Joe Rokothoko, after that charge from Berger. Muliaina kicks. All Blacks hanging back. January's in trouble. Rokothoko's bearing down pretty smartly. And Montgomery is forced to scramble towards the touchline. Won't go out though. Now it's with Major. He's got some support. And he hangs on to it. 10-metre line, Springbok territory. Looking blindside, Wepu. Wepu has another dab. Didn't release the pass, got up and went again. Right near the 22. Now it's Gear, cleared away to Mialamu. And the All Black hooker goes to the 22. Wepu again, Collins. They've got a line-up. The kick through, the charge coming. Muliaina. And it's won by Pretorius. And it'll be a 22 dropout. Thrilling rugby.
Just not enough angle on the kick. The idea was a very, very good one, but the kick just didn't have enough angle towards the corner. Otherwise, I think the All Blacks would have won the race.
Ricky January struggling. He stayed right out on this side here. Pretorius looks to get it away downfield. It's gone as far as Wepu. Delivers off to Major. And Aaron Major's kick and chase. Montgomery's got McCaw coming down. Charged in the way. And it goes to Mialamu. Kevin Mialamu still charging. Here's Leon McDonald. Second try for the All Blacks.
Well, it was a wonderful try. McCaw challenged. The ball was knocked on. It was regained. Let's have a look at it. McCaw didn't contest. He went up and then he realised he wasn't onto it. Mialamu simply superb. One tackle, 2-3 players and offload to McDonald, who hit it at top. Well, it was the angle I liked of McDonald's, the straight line.
Well, Montgomery made two mistakes, Murray. He made the knock-on, but he also made a woeful attempt at a tackle on Mialamu, let him slip through, and after that, he only had to find McDonald out to his right.
Try converted by the try scorer himself. So the All Blacks with 2 converted tries now, lead by 14-10.
Just look at this attempt at the tackle after he'd done that. Pathetic.
Well, I think he was pushed off, wasn't he, with a straight fend. I mean, if you're not committed with a physical tackle with a hard spot like a shoulder into the player, then you can be pushed off so easily in today's game. Upper body strength, so much more conditioning than they used to be. And Percy's not exactly the most robust of characters.
Just over halfway through the first spell. Action aplenty at Carisbrook. Wepu sends it off to Major. Here's Montgomery lining this one up. It's going to be a kick and chase. In fact, it's hit an All Black, so McDonald keen to keep it in. McDonald taken by Montgomery. Snapped up by Richie McCaw. And a knock on in there.
Yeah, I didn't see the knock on myself. I thought McDonald.
Don't move! Reset it, please. Don't move before the push in. Don't move before the push in. Yes. Okay.
14 points to 10.
Wait, no!
3 tries already in the match.
Don't move, okay.
January to feed. Taken off the back by Van Niekerk. Charge back on the angle. They're coming on angles, running straight at the All Blacks.
Please stop. Roll away more quickly. It's very hard, but roll away, yes.
Interesting looking at this battle in the scrum on the near side. There's 2 giants of men, Oz Durant and Carl Heyman. Of course, Heyman trying to drag it down to make it harder for Smith the hooker to see the feed.
Montgomery's gone way out on the right wing side here as January sends it off to Barry. Back it goes to January. All Blacks having to make the tackles, and it was Richie McCaw. And I think the penalty went against Scott Berger. All Blacks take it quickly, and this might not go out. It's just sitting in there tantalisingly. David Barry has it, doesn't know what to do, and in the end he kicked it. He had to really, because Brian Habana was his only mate.
I think he did really well, actually, David Barry. It was a great kick. It just sat so close to the touchline. It was the opportunity to force David Barry into touch there. That's still New Zealand ball, of course. So 24 minutes gone. Both teams have been in the action big time on the try tally as well. New Zealand striking first, but South Africa coming straight back.
Pushing and shoving at the back. And it's been knocked on by Pretorius, which is only justice, really. there was some terrible pushing and shoving at the back of the line out, not policed at all.
It'll go down as one against the throw, though.
Have a look at this.
Have a look at Ali Williams. It's just dragged down by number 7. Schwan Smith just didn't let him off the ground at all. Dragged his left shoulder down.
Here's Soialo having a go off the back. Had to delay, though, as the player got in front of him. So Wepu, now McDonald's. Montgomery having to get across, and in the end he had to kick it out. Beautifully weighted again by Leon McDonald's.
Wasn't it just, but it was also the pressure of Rocco Thoko. Had he not been up on that board, it would have just rolled him to touch. It would have been South Africa ball. This is great attacking opportunity, New Zealand. Yes, well, McDonald is making a good job of the new role. I think it was a decision based on decision-making. Pivotal position, absolutely vital. New halfback, remember.
Rico Gear's gone really wide. Williams stretches up. All Blacks in control of this. Now they're going to have to release it. McCaw keen to have another go. Hands it off to Tony Woodcock. Good power shown by the loose head prop.
And protection of the ball.
There it is for Wepu. McDonald having another go. Looks for support, can't find it. All Blacks have still got it though. Rockethoko. Joe Rockethoko. Still going. And he gets there.
That's a great try.
Magnificent.
Well, you'll have to count the number of tackles that he slipped. Just miraculously, it's leg speed, of course, and determination to keep those legs pumping. What a try. He worked for every second of that. He got the ball like a player standing off the ruck, like a loose forward. So McDonald had a go, had a bit of a problem. The ball went loose, and this is where he picked it up from the back. So he slipped one, slipped both locks. That's 3, 4, 5 players. Simply magnificent.
So Leon McDonald to make it 21 points to 10. Does just that. 3 converted tries. Joe Rockethoko 2 tonight. 30 in his Test career. And the All Blacks open up a handy lead.
Yeah, well, 2 bad misses by the 2 locks. You'll see number 4, Bucky's Border. 5, Matt Field, and then Juan Smith, the open side flanker. And de Villiers could do very little to stop the power. The first thing the Springboks said, what about the knock-on from McDonald? Referee Joel Zouk saying it did not roll forward.
Pretorius kicks off again. Wepu lines it up. Straight across to Major once again. And Major this time goes right down the middle. All Blacks coming up in a nice straight line. McDonald, at least Montgomery can only kick.
Muliaina read it beautifully.
Stays inside. He comes outside the 22.
Okay, don't play back. Stay here. Stay here. Stay here.
Saying to the Springboks, you kick it out. We're not going to. And Pretorius, well, it's a game of force back at the moment.
I'd say they'll run this.
McDonald signalling. He puts it off into the centre. A lot of green jerseys there, though. Although they've made a hash of it. Tipped up by Collins. And McDonald has it. So the All Blacks in possession. Now Collins again. Slings it wide for McCaw. Oh, boy, he nearly did it again.
Well, he was an inch away.
He nearly did it again.
He was an inch away.
It would have been all over.
Well, he targeted it too.
Richie McCaw's little pass here. Could have been one he regretted. But it is noticeable that the All Blacks are trying to keep the ball in play, and they're trying to make South Africa contest the ball in the air. And notice that kick was not contested where the knock-on came from. They're making Australia have to, South Africa do a lot more they have with the ball than Australia did last week.
Weapons kickers charge. Everybody's onside. Tipped around and...
No! Tackle with that ball. No, number 7 Black. Against 7 Black.
Well, he's got Richie McCaw. They were all onside. So maybe he interfered with a player.
We might like to have a little look at this. So just have a look at Brian Habana here. Just have a look at the line that he runs up in defence. Just back on the angle.
10 minutes remaining, first half. 4 tries already in the test. All Blacks get in and win a Springbok throw.
On the feet.
Wepu bangs it off downfield. Good, powerful clearance. So there's the first one against the throw, and it's taken just on half an hour for it to happen. And it wasn't against the All Blacks, who've had their problems in the Tri Nations.
Well, they have indeed, Lisbo. And the defensive pattern of the box is the big thing.
Borta this time for Pretorius, having a bit of a run. Got past a couple and then tried to give it off to Barry, who knocked it on. So he's playing advantage. Wepu serves it quickly. Now Mialamu has a chance down the right wing side. Delayed the pass though, and it never quite reached McCaw.
Oh, it was claimed by Berger. It was fantastic. Schalk Berger, you'll have to have a look at that. His desperation to the ball on the ground, absolutely fantastic. He's the king of this Springbok team for sure. Burger King, we'll call him, eh? It'll be good when he runs into McDonald.
Okay.
9 penalties handed out in the game so far.
Captain.
And only 2 of those against the Springboks.
Time out, yeah?
Let's have a look at Mialamu charging infield. The ball went loose and then Berger just so committed. He worked that penalty. There were New Zealand players everywhere. I think probably the advantage he got was he was the only Springbok player and there were so many New Zealanders lying on top of him.
John Smith goes to the back to Smith. Pretorius now. Barry. The All Blacks waiting for Devet Barry though. Nothing much subtle about his running. Great defence on Osteront. Now Pretorius. Abana, who's ventured away across from the left wing side. January digs it out. Here's Barry again. Now De Villiers. Getting it out wide, and again the defence is huge. The All Blacks have got more numbers there by far.
And the turnover.
So here's Wepu having another go. Happy to take them on.
Yeah, well, he's a physical player. And so often he just breaks that 4 or 5 metres.
Here feeds the pass back to Major.
Stay here. Okay,
Montgomery inside his own 22 here, so looking for the safety of the touchline. Major lets it go.
Oh, it was a great kick. Montgomery, pinpoint placement.
And I suppose what Robbie Dean said, the bigger the game, the bigger the tackles Aaron Major will make. He's just made 2 huge ones.
One of them I thought he came off second best, but he had a real crack. That was on Bucky's border, I think. Smithy?
That was the second one.
7 minutes out from half-time. They go short to Jack.
Oh, Jack.
And a line-out drive, something we didn't see in Cape Town from the All Blacks.
Oh, well stopped by the box. Stationary ball.
Wepu. McDonald's. Again, right down the middle. Some good tactical kicking. De Villiers. No, in fact, it's Montgomery, who at times looks quite laboured as he gets back. And that is in touch.
Quite clearly making the Springboks back 3 think more about counter-attacking than they've had to do in the last month.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? They're standing a winger deep, the box, and it's making difficult for McDonald from where he's kicking to pass the winger, so he's putting it in no man's land, and the line is coming up. So they're inviting them to run, but they're not.
Mialamu goes short to Wepu.
That was one of those cheeky little moves as long as they get the ball back. They'll have been successful now. It's going to be turned over, I think.
It'll be
it was a more
Springbok ball anyway, because it was a rolling maul.
So that's a turnover. They're so adept, the Springboks, at killing the ball. So it was a short line out. Bang to Puri Wepu right on about 6 metres. Now have a look at that. Is that Bucky's border that's turned him and then got his arms around the ball?
Scrum 1, January. fired away by Montgomery, and Pretorius's kick, not sure it was touched by Umaga. We'll have to wait and see what the touch judge on the far side says. No, it wasn't.
I don't think it was, but New Zealand ball once again on about the 10-metre line.
Okay.
3 tries already in the first half for the All Blacks. Remember that none of the 3 sides has scored
Okay.
a bonus point. 4 tries in a match as
okay.
yet.
Careful. Okay. Hang on.
Mealamu again, it's the reliable Chris Jack. McDonald again on the charge. It's causing them problems. Here's a good run again from Mealamu.
Well tackled by January.
Having a storming game. Wepu feeds it up to Collins.
Oh, well tackled again. Defence is fantastic.
Okay. First knock on and second knock on. Release more. First knock on and second.
So we found a Springbok knock on first.
Scrum that. Yes, but be careful when they went to work.
Remember the performance of Kevin Mealamu against the Springboks at the World Cup.
Well, he just made the ball available so beautifully. McCaw, look at that. Classic stuff. That's called the starfish. Well, the crowd are entertained, aren't they? So in other words, everybody in this ground, I think, is very much on the edge of their seats. No one feels confident that New Zealand will go on and win this at 21-10. And you would think with an All Black side at 11-point lead, there would be a little bit of, well, not complacency, but optimism. But we can all feel here that it's anybody's game still.
Engage!
Wepu's feed for the All Blacks.
Great scrum.
Away it goes for McDonald. Umaga on the cut back.
I haven't seen much of Umaga yet.
Wepu again.
Knock on green.
Knocked on by January coming
No
through.
advantage. Knock on green on the tackle. Time off.
And I think it was a clash there with Umaga. He's been in the wars a little bit, and yes, obviously a clash.
Well, one of the great battles, actually, there's been so much happening in this game, but one of the great battles, it's really the clash, I think, with Pretorius that results in Berger copping the claret from the nose. It's his own player. But the battle between McCaw and Berger has been an absolute classic again tonight. They have been eyeing each other up.
Well, the whole 3 box loose forwards, Smithy, are very effective, but this man just throws his body with reckless disregard for anything, as you'll see. He's a totally committed trooper, isn't he? His head was up a bit then and he caught the Pretorius's head.
So Jacques Cronje. Barry Wepu's had a strong first half, taking the Springboks on around the fringes. Just couldn't get that pass away to Umaga. But some of the gaps have been opening up. And really, you know, Murray, the All Blacks have done their homework since Cape Town. They know the Springboks are going to come up, but they kind of neglected it in close.
Well, I think that's one of the lessons. I mean, we've spoken about the Boks rushing up in defence. Even we had a little look at Habana coming up on that angle. That's where they come from. It's called blindsiding, actually. And I feel that the All Blacks have gone away. Well, this will be a big loss for South Africa.
Andre Pretorius, the man going. So 2 changes, Smithy.
Yeah, Jaco van der Westhuizen on in jersey 21 very quickly, and Jacques Cronje. That's a blood bin, but we won't see Pretorius back.
Oh, come here.
Well, Jaco van der Westhuizen was the first choice player last year.
Time on.
Pretorius coming back.
Question hold. Yeah. Okay.
So, of course, if New Zealand can break the line around the ruckle maul or through the centre, it negates the Springbok defence in the back line.
Okay,
Umaga taking the pass from Soialo. Now Wepu for McDonald. Holds it up. Oh boy, Habana almost again. They just got him. Now January for Smith. Tipped on by Durant. Dangerous though. If it sits up for Rokafoko, they're in trouble, but it doesn't, and De Villiers has it. Now January, Van der Westhuizen heaves it wide for Van Niekerk. Now Matfield, awful pass. All Blacks looking to get a boot to it. And it's okay. There was no knock onto the ball there. Bit of a punch thrown off the ball as the kick goes downfield. Now it's not going to go dead, I don't think.
Well, it was spilled, that ball,
22.
but they recovered it, the Springboks.
Two minutes out from the break. And all action first half. Major has belted it off downfield to Montgomery. Again, he's going to look for the touchline, and he's just made it. Good kick.
It was a magnificent kick, wasn't it? Well, he's certainly matured into a very fine tactical player, Percy Montgomery. Look at this.
Look number.
Beautiful.
This time Williams. Wepu for Collins. Collins smashing his way up towards the 22. Creating a bit of extra room. Oh, charge. January's a chance to score here, and he does so. What an important try just before half-time for Ricky January.
Well, it was a great try. He put real pressure on McDonald and then regathered.
Well, he's been almost anonymous, Ricky January. He's been outplayed by Wepu, no, clearly in the first half, until this point here where he makes a late statement, a crucial timing of this try for the Springboks.
This is crucial timing, isn't it? 39 minutes and 22 seconds, and he was onside too, January.
He had to snap it up too, and that is fraught with danger. A little word there for McDonald's. Montgomery from a handy position, and it'll be back to a 4-point ball game.
We've got Jake White on the sideline just down in front of us on the halfway line, and he'll be very delighted. That try scored it as he made his way back down. Along with his fellow coaching staff, he hears the siren, and now the instructions.
No time to get the ball back in play. That is half-time, so Jake White heads to the sheds, feeling a lot better than he would have 2 minutes ago. The Springboks get a late try just before half-time, and they go to the break, the All Blacks leading by 4.
Well, it's been helter-skelter right from the start of this game. A little lead to the Springboks, and the All Blacks answered first with a Rokocoko try, and the Boks came back. Didn't they do well? And then it was New Zealand again, and then it was the Boks finishing it off at the end. Quite extraordinary, really. I think New Zealand's had the better of the half, certainly in possession and the amount of ball from rucks and mauls. But really, this Boks team is so dangerous. It's so strong on defence, and it can turn defence into attack and score at any moment. So it's anybody's game.
3 tries to 2 in the first half, and it's the All Blacks at Carisbrook leading the Boks 21 points to 17. Joe Rokocoko, one of the star players in the first half of this test match at Carisbrook. This really was an outstanding effort. His second try, the third for the All Blacks. And it's 21-17 at half-time. You can see the players back on the park. And quickly, Smithy, you've got an interesting story from the dressing room.
Yeah, it's been frantic underneath the South Africans and the doctor's hut trying to get Berger right, because the understanding from the NZAU officials is he's got a minute 18 to get back on, otherwise his time's up. 3.5 in the first half he was off, plus the break, the half-time break, and a minute 18 means he can't come back.
Thanks, Smithy. Watch this space.
Stay back.
January back for Montgomery. Remember the changes the Boks made in the first half. The ball is, no, it's out. Flag has gone up. Let's go back and relive the Berger injury. And it was a clash of heads here with Andre Pretorius. Ironically, Pretorius also got injured. And obviously quite some contact.
Here he comes. He's running out. You can see him charging out. Just made it.
be a hard man to stop, I'd say, Burger.
Knock on. Knock on.
Knocked forward by the All Blacks at the line-out. January. Now, Van der Westhuizen, of course, is playing at first 5 with Pretorius missing. All bounces all over the place, and Ali Williams makes a run. Now, here come the All Blacks. Quick hands required. Mialamu shovels it on. Rokafoko looking to free him up on the left wing side. All Blacks over the top of it. Now it's with Jack. 10 out from the 22. Wepu for McDonald's. They're all waiting out a long way out to Collins now. Puts the foot down, Collins, then hands the pass off to McCaw.
Forward pass.
But it was a forward pass.
Oh, yes, please.
Well, it's interesting, really, the much vaunted South African defence.
Time off.
The rush defence has really not been part of this game because New Zealand has not spun the ball, really, except for on this occasion. They've had a go. There's been 5 pick and goes, which is quite interesting.
I'm not sure which purple and green, so you have a choice of a penalty back there, if you wish.
Penalty on 20 or 40?
On the halfway, just on the halfway.
Okay.
Pulling back against 3.
Against 3, pulling back with that ball. Penalty on the 40 or line out. Penalty on the 40. Line out is for who? Line out is for who? Green? No. Okay, penalty against you. 140 meters.
Well, you wouldn't be taking the line out if Green had the throw, and you'd have to
Against
take the penalty.
They're still trying to get Burger back, Smithy.
Yeah, well, I think he's in the hands of the officials, so he's pretty safe in that regard. I don't think they can refuse him re-entry into the game. But it was, I can tell you, they were going everywhere underneath at the half-time break.
So here he comes. Well, if it was a minute 18, they've gone slightly over.
The rule probably says from the moment he was available to go back, I would imagine.
Mialamu to throw. Taken safely by Williams.
And the throw was a bit short too, so he did well, Williams.
Untidy for Wepu. Couldn't do a lot with that. Had to slip it to McCaw. Now the All Blacks can set this again. Mialamu, a pick and go. Assisted by Heyman, but the Boks are very strong.
And lost.
Knock on back.
Well, there was great pressure. Springboks.
Scrum green.
Just marvellous, really.
Okay. Number 4, it's okay. In line out. Don't cross the line out line. Don't cross.
Look at that. That's just sheer pressure. New Zealand trying to offload whilst going backwards.
Russian hold. Engage. Okay.
Swirling scrum. Van der Westhuizen. Here comes de Villiers at high speed, and he's knocked it on. Mind you, from the All Blacks' point of view, he needed to. Here's the All Blacks moving it from inside their own 22. Gear. And they were just playing an advantage.
Knock on green. No advantage.
Well, he played the advantage well, the referee. De Villiers knocked it on, and Rokafoko tried to keep it alive. So it was a very, very good kick, wasn't it, behind Rokafoko? So it was anybody's ball there. Look at this, though. I was cut off at the pass, but anyway, it's in my mind. So let's have a look at the scrum. The last one was pretty messy. The Springbok ball. Oh, that's a pretty good one.
Off the back goes So'oialo. Drives almost to the 10-metre line. Now Wepu. De Villiers waits. Not too much pressure on him, though.
No pressure.
None at all. That's right. As now he's finally taken in the tackle of Mialamu. January digs in. Montgomery. Whipped away by Van Niekerk. Fourie has a go. Always getting a bit close to the touchline. And this could be on the All Black side. No, knocked on.
Scrum black.
So an All Black scrum. Big Joe Van Niekerk playing tonight in his 40th Test match. The big athletes, these Springbok loose forwards.
Well, they are indeed. They've got two guys about 6'4.5" and one 6'5". Three very big loose forwards, all ball runners.
Here, okay?
It's an area where they are putting the pressure on both Australia and New Zealand.
Engage!
Wepu for McDonald. Turns it back into Major. Major spins out of one. And he held on. Just didn't quite get there in time.
No, well, once again, it was great defence. It was a late cut, Major on McDonald, but he was isolated.
Well, Pretorius had one long-range shot in the first half, and it looks as though Montgomery is going to have a crack here. Let's have a look as Major takes it in, but he just didn't quite have the support, went down, and the reinforcements weren't there quite in time.
You might see this a little bit here with Major cutting back on McDonald.
So 50 metres. Montgomery, 2 paces, and won't have the distance. And between the two of them, So'oialo and Williams
22.
managed to let it go over the goal line.
Well, it's on a knife edge still, this game, just 4 points in it.
Short dropout. The All Blacks got in a bit of strife doing this in Cape Town.
First knock on is green.
And a knock on by the Springboks.
In the first half, Nisbet was noticeable they were prepared to kick the ball long and make Montgomery and Habana and co start thinking about what their options were all of a sudden. Seems they may have gone back to the nifty little kicks again.
Well, I think in fairness, Smithy, they're looking for any angle where they can get some free ball. I mean, they tried a quick one in the first half too, didn't they, at 22? So they're looking for options.
So'oialo delivers to Wepu. Gets the kick away and knocked on by the All Blacks. And just a bit of a messy start to the second half. 7.5 minutes gone.
So Umaga goes up. Is it Umaga that goes up? Yes.
Russian hold. Engage.
And he was strangled at the same time.
From now with Van Niekerk. Here's January. All got through a tackle of McCaw. Billy Rarick, there's a bit of a tussle going on off the ball. Several players having a go.
Stop, please, stop.
Oh, she's all on here.
Please stop.
Might have been Tony Woodcock in the middle up for the All Blacks. Berger was in there, very noticeable.
In your side. In your side. In your side.
Came from the scrum. It might have started in the front row.
Please. Green, please.
From my side of the field, I cannot see who started it. I know that at the end, the number 3 from Green was involved. I could not see the player who he was engaged with in this match. I cannot see. So definitely number 3, and one of the props from that side, but I do not know which player was involved. So I cannot tell you.
Okay, what is your recommendation?
The recommendation is we have to speak to the players. They are all involved there, and the recommendation is I cannot give a penalty against one or the other, but you must speak to the captains.
Okay, we can give
and
a
number
penalty.
3.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what happens here. Keep your eye on the scrum, and there's a real tussle going on there.
Please. One black. Yes, 3. Yes. Some players are overexcited. Okay? You must focus on the ball. Nothing else. We don't know who starts the little fighting. Okay? It will be a scrum for Green. little bit, but be careful. Calm down. Keep your head clear. Okay, Captain? It's very important. Scrum green.
Well, I think he has a wonderful turn of phrase.
Time on. Scrum green
We
here.
don't know who started the little fighting.
Well, the upshot of it all is that they'll set another scrum.
Wait. Russian ball.
8.5 minutes gone, second half.
Move. Please. Please, where is the ball? No, okay. Russian hold. You. English. Okay.
Up comes John Smith, immediately pops straight up. As Van der Westhuizen gets it wide to Fourie, saw a bit of a gap. It closed eventually. Umaga ran after the ball and he might have won it too. Excellent turnover, quick hands. Oh, they almost gave it away to Herdabana. It was a no-look pass. Now January. Now they've got a line-up here, the Springboks, if they can get it away quickly. Smith's still going and he held it for too long.
That's away, Sachin, that's away.
So it comes back to January again. Van der Westhuizen. Now
All
Berger.
numbers. They've got numbers.
Draw and pass is what they need to do. Joe van Niekerk.
It's a rack. Back.
Out it comes again, spinning it left and right. Big Osteront. That'll slow it down. All Blacks can regather.
No fall. No. 2 players. Away, please. Away.
Well, I reckon that's crazy because you've got to be able to drive your opposition back. And that's what they did. They had 2 to 3 players drove Oz to run back.
It's okay.
And everybody's on the deck, so I can't see that.
Okay. No.
Well, you have to really imagine that the Springboks might have blown 2 opportunities there, but one out wide right when Brian Smith cut back, and he only had tight forwards outside him, admittedly. But on the left, they had numbers there, and as you said, Nisbo, draw and pass was all over Red Rover. Just had to draw gear there, or...
No, Rico Gear did exactly the right thing. He stayed out with his man.
But still, they had the opportunity to commit him, I think, in space within the touchline. 2 players outside him.
Yeah, but I think he did exactly the right thing. And he forced him to go and hoped that the inside cover was there, and it was.
Now Percy pushes it out and it scrapes in. Penalty goal to Montgomery. First points in the second half. And it's a 1-pointer.
Well, as we suspected, those guys there are chewing their fingers as well. Everybody is, in fact. How are you feeling, Nisbo?
Good. The kick-off taken by Borta.
Well, and won by Borta.
All Blacks might have turned him. They've got there and they've driven over.
Oh, great turnover.
Springboks coming up dangerously close to offside. Collins slips the pass to Mialamu. All Blacks have won a penalty. He's got to play some advantage, see if anything happens, and it doesn't play a long advantage, Joel Jute. So a chance here for Leon McDonald to get those 3 points back.
Well, it's right smack in the centre, isn't it? It's about 43 metres, I'd say. And Mialamu, Collins giving him the ball at the right time, and he broke the line. Well, it was a good recovery. McCaw running into trouble. This is where the turnover came. It was just numbers getting there quick and driving over. It's good rugby, basically. And there's the ball. Now you can see the pressure on the bench as well. And no doubt this man in the unaccustomed role of first up kicker, the test match.
Hasn't hit it well at all. Just
22.
Didn't sail right. So It's still 21 points to 20. Van der Westhuizen thinks about a quick one.
They'll kick it long.
Yep.
Muliaina takes it nicely. Feeds it off to Major. All Blacks have got some pretty good value out of these high kicks so far tonight. And up they charge, and he's got the All Blacks this time. He seemed to have missed one in the first half at least, but this time he's nailed the All Blacks.
And I think he was correct too, because McDonald jumped early, which stopped his opposition, the Springbok player, from jumping, and effectively won the ball. So,
But can't he compete for the ball when it's in the air? That's what he's saying.
well, he jumped before and he stopped his opponent, I think, is the
Well,
the
what he's
spot.
saying is he put his hands out to compete for the ball. 50-50 in the air.
Can't see a lot wrong with that, to be honest. 14 minutes gone in the second half here at Carisbrooke.
5 players, 5. Okay.
John Smith. All Blacks contesting. Ball loose and knocked down by McCaw.
Yes, okay. I see. Knock on Black. Knock on Black, scrum green.
Well, everyone contesting.
Engage. Crop, number 3. Go straight.
Well, you'd have to say the last 3 or 4 scrums the Springboks have put down on their own ball have been messy. So the All Blacks are getting some sort of ascendancy in that area. There's no stability at all.
Penalty against CJ van der Linde.
Let's have a little look here. And then the power comes on.
Well, there's one against the throat. As the ball is knocked on by the All Blacks, they probably weren't going to get it anyway. Smith back for Van der Westhuizen, and it's a double knock on.
Knock on Black. Scrum. No advantage. No advantage.
Oh, so Chris Jack just getting his hand to the ball first, but not able to grasp it.
Russian hold. Engage. Come on. No, it's okay. Shh, calm down. Don't move. Don't move.
Springboks, look at John de Villiers right down here in the foreground, just out from the 22. He's a la the Lions.
And it's box ball, and remember, Rocco Thako's about in the middle of the field.
Let's see if the kick goes that way. No, it doesn't. A double bluff. Muliaina makes the clearance.
It was
Not
a
a bad
reasonable
kick
kick
too.
because by putting de Villiers wide meant Muliaina had to go wide himself for the cover, and that's why it took him so long to get to the ball. But the chase just wasn't effective enough.
It's pretty obvious the message at half-time was for New Zealand to play more of the game inside South African territory.
17 minutes gone now as the throw is made. Nobody jumped, and the scramble is won by McCaw.
Yes, and numbers over it, they've got it.
No, it's okay.
Wepu reaching in. Berger's a mile offside. Rocco Thoko chased across by Berger. All Blacks whack it, cleared away by Wepu, and knocked on by Gear.
Knock on.
Oh boy, offside.
Hey, tu parles?
Well, yes, the crowd is giving the message to the referee. The Springbok backs were offside.
Have a look at Berger. He makes a run and he doesn't go back.
No,
He's a mile offside.
he wasn't the only one. There were a couple, actually.
Engage.
They've got to be back behind the last man's feet.
That's the law. Van der Westhuizen does well. Umaga dives at him and forces him to kick it out on the full.
C'est hors-jeu ou c'est pas hors-jeu?
So it's pressure.
Dis-le fort.
Difficult pass from January, and that was just the split second that Umaga needed.
New Zealand a bit lucky to get the ball, actually, I think, in this lineup.
Please, number 3. Number 3. Stay here.
Ball thrown quickly as Williams grabs it. Players weren't looking, actually. The referee was having a chat to them.
Hands away! Hands away!
All Blacks took advantage of that as Wepu gives it off to Williams.
Williams does well.
Now Wepu, blindside for McCaw.
It's a red!
The old truck.
Penalties continue to mount in the game. Another one to the All Blacks.
And that's
16 penalties so far.
Okay? Shoulders, please. Shoulder. Captain? Captain? Captain!
Just a bit of a conference here, and of course they go to kick for goal.
Very interesting little tactic developing when New Zealand runs with the ball. You'll see that every time a player, this time it's Williams. You'll see when Williams runs, there's a player right behind him. Let's have a little look at this. Williams has a go, and I think it's, who is it that goes in behind him? And now once again the same thing with McCaw, one player in behind him. It's called snaking, actually, the local terminology. So you don't go by yourself any longer, you don't get isolated.
Leon McDonald lifts it up. It looks good, and it is. Back to the 4-point lead.
Really important kick, not so just for the All Blacks, but for Leon McDonald personally. You get the feeling that this game is going to come down to goal kicking now. Trading blows, but no one's getting too much of an advantage. So for confidence, McDonald had to make the money kick, and he did.
I actually sense a try, Smithy. What do you think about that?
Well, Murray,
I sense
at the
a try.
moment, neither side is being able to break through and create.
I can feel a try, and it's to those boys in the black shirts, I think.
Van der Westhuizen kicks off to Wepu. Pass up to Richie McCaw. Ball was lost, but it was snapped up by the All Blacks. Wepu again. Major. Here's Umaga. Over the top, he gets the pass to Gear. Had to wait for it a bit. And it bounces awkwardly, but it's nicely controlled by Montgomery. Out into centre field. Partially charged. Tony Woodcock's got it. And Rokathoko couldn't hold it. And it was knocked on. Boy, the number of charge kicks in this game.
Well, both teams looking to maximise on any little opportunity. Yes, so McCaw, Woodcock, I think, should have just held on to this thing a little bit. Mind you, he was under pressure too.
Time on. Come in.
No sign of the All Blacks going to the bench.
Captain.
Not at this stage. Most likely at the moment looks like Darren Whitcomb, but at this point, no.
January clears it off Montgomery. Straight down to Muliaina with all the time in the world. And his kick in touch.
Well, Percy's got what he wanted. Gave the ball to Muliaina, who put it out only 10 metres from where he kicked it. Springbok ball.
Springboks dropping a couple of forwards out. Berger is way out on the centres. Matfield, who hasn't been much of a target tonight. January has a little dab. Now Matfield off to Van der Westhuizen. Fourie coming on the charge. Taken down by So'oialo. Ball turned over. All Blacks have it. Wepu away for Collins. Collins lobs the pass to Muliaina. Held up by Berger and a good tackle. Now he's got to try and free the ball.
I'm sorry. But it was a maul. It was a maul.
Well, victory there to Schalk Burger, because he knew damn well if Muliaini was able to free his arms, then the All Blacks had an overlap. Very effective tackle.
Yes, let's have a look at this. He's holding him ball and all. Muliaina's trying to make yardage. Umanga's trying to help. They're not going anywhere. So is it... The two Springbok players had a victory there, that's for sure.
Engage! Use it!
Once again, messy scrum. In fact, he knocked it on.
No card, win.
So that's a victory to the front row. They will be delighted. So New Zealand unsettling the Springbok scrum.
Scrum here.
It always seems to be moving around. So the pressure came on, and then they spun it.
Engage!
And once again, they provide a nice stable platform.
Wepu for McDonald. In on the charge comes Umanga.
Tackle, win!
Ball is there again for Wepu. Now Collins. Oh, he's turned it, he's passed it away. January's flying, and it's going to be a try under the bar for Jacques Fourie. They've pounced on another mistake.
Well, they're a team that can do so. We have been saying it all the tri-series, and they continue to do it, even under the pressure of playing away from home here in Dunedin. Well, haven't they turned it around? That's 3 tries each now. So Jerry Collins, a loose pass. Well, Rokethoko got him, but the support was there.
Well, they're starting to dictate, Murray, and they're starting to force the All Blacks back into the old plan, and that's you have the ball, you make the mistake, we'll cash in, because South Africa are playing the game at the right end of the park.
They're back in front. That's 5 lead changes in this match already. It was a loose pass. January looked like he was going to do it himself, and backing up Jacques Fourie, and the Springboks are back in front by 3 points. The kickoff. Jacques, at least his Porter.
Tackle, resist, tackle! Don't play black! Release black! Don't play! Don't play black! Don't play
Very
black!
slow, very slow.
No,
I think
please.
he made a bad mistake there, because January knocked that on.
Tackle! Open your hand.
Dollars to donuts here. The South Africa, if they win this scrum, will kick deep, and that's where they'll want to play the rest of this game in All Black territory.
15 minutes, 14 minutes to go.
I think New Zealand have got to start counter-attacking from those deep kicks, Smithy. Now, once again, the scrum.
Cruz again. He's done well this time to clear it away. Muliaina, and he's knocked that on, and it's out anyway.
Il y en a un premier. Mais dis-moi-le, Julio. Dis-moi-le, je vois pas.
He's asking the touch judge if he knocked it on. Yes, he did. So it's a scrum.
Got to save. A beautifully placed kick, wasn't it? Magnificent kick.
Yep, it was right on the knocker, and Muliaina was, of course, trying to keep it alive.
Come in. Not too early.
Well, I'm surprised the All Blacks haven't changed, and it looks like there might be some changes coming shortly. Now here's De Villiers, dragged down by McCaw. Taking it up was Juan Smith. Now January. And Van der Westhuizen puts his foot to the ball, and he's been pretty good. Jaco van der Westhuizen, since he came on to replace Andre Pretorius.
Well, he hasn't missed a beat, really. I've hardly noticed any difference.
James Ryan for Chris Jack. That's a bit of a surprise. Ryan for Jack, and Somerville is just trying to see who he's on for. Is it Big Carl Heyman? Yes, it is. So Jack makes his way, and that is normally it's Ryan for Williams.
Yeah, I'm surprised seeing the Jack is by far. Well, no, he's not. In fact, he's won 5 lineouts apiece, Williams and Jack. So I guess.
They didn't contest the Springboks as it's taken down by McCaw.
And New Zealand trying to drive this. Jerry Collins coming in to join. They just want to put a drive on. I can see that. The Boks are stopping them.
Habana. Just a little off the side of the boot. All Blacks looking to contest this. Umaga couldn't drag it down. In fact, he knocked it on too. January, and in the end a double knock on. Time ticks by, 12 minutes to go. Remember, if the Springboks win here tonight, they retain the Tri-Nations.
McAllister coming on for Leon McDonald. Maybe they're thinking premier goal kicker. I don't know if that's the thinking in that.
Ball pops back for Van Niekerk, now January. And just happy to bang it away down the touchline. Van der Westhuizen, and say to the All Blacks, right, when you get your line-out throw right, otherwise we'll punish you.
Bear in mind also, Nisbo, of course, a draw, and that trophy goes back to South Africa.
Williams takes it down, but he was enveloped before he hit the deck.
He was indeed. Well, New Zealand digging deep, aren't they? Really, the selectors ringing the changes, and ones I'm battling to understand. Some of on the front row, where the All Black front row seems to be putting pressure on the Springboks. Well, it's a compliment to Williams, who becomes a senior lock.
All Blacks with two little groups. Now they join together. Ball tipped to Wepu. Gets rid of it quickly. McAllister has a go. Got his pass off Collins. Couldn't hang on. And he knocked it on. Good surge by McAllister, but it didn't come to anything. Now a counter-attack here from the Springboks. He's still playing advantage. No, I think he's given it away now. And the All Blacks looking to counter-attack through Muliaina. Made by McAllister. Montgomery having to go back, but Van der Westhuizen is there as well. And fair bit of time to make the kick. Spiralling towards the touchline, and it's out. Just on the All Black side of halfway. 10 minutes to go.
Well, McAllister breaking the line, trying to offload to Collins. Pretty high, and he was taken at the same time. Sometimes those balls are better to hold and set it up after you've broken the line. It's the 50-50 pass, but had it come off, it would have been a beauty, of course.
It's hot work out there. Osteront. 58th, the captain. I think he's off for the night.
Eddie Andrews, jersey 17.
So the All Black front row replacement is counted by the Springboks. Alamu. Oh, that's not a great throw. It's going down the Springbok line. It's with Berger. Playing advantage.
Okay, Pierre.
January for Van der Westhuizen. And the advantage is gone. Now Gear. Pick and chase, but he's kicked it too far.
Yeah, it's a bit aimless, I think.
Uri back for Montgomery. And they'll start again right on the halfway line.
Yeah. What worried me about the last line out with New Zealand, they threw the ball in and nobody could jump. It's almost as though there's obstruction going on.
All Blacks have thrown it quickly. McAllister makes ground just in Springbok territory. Cleared away by Wepu for Roka Thoko. Another kick.
Knock on green.
And here go the All Blacks again with Williams. Not held, so he makes a few metres. Now Soialo. Desperate stuff now from the All Blacks as Wepo sends it away. Major puts it on the boot. Umanga's coming very quickly. De Villiers is right there. It's loose. Umanga.
He's away, hands off.
Great chance for the All Blacks here. It's coming slowly.
It's there in the back by looks of things.
They haven't got too much of a backline, the All Blacks. They might have to have a crack through the forwards. Wepu.
And he got swamped, absolutely, but the ball's still there.
Now it's McCaw.
Buying a bit of time.
Now it's desperate defence by the box, and they're very good at it. Here's Greg Somerville.
Let's go forward at least.
McCaw. Now they clear it away. Little kick through by McAllister. Ball's loose. And he's given a penalty.
Offside. Knock on. Offside green.
And it's offside. The All Blacks will tap it, I'm sure. It's quickly tapped. So there they are. Here's McCaw surging to the line, and let's have a look. He doesn't know. He was right there, Joel Jute.
Well, he went to jump. I was watching the referee because he was in the best position.
He looked like he was going to give it for a second, didn't he?
He did. He certainly did.
My word. There's a massive bodies here to pick out from. I think the ball carrier's McCaw, isn't it? Richie McCaw with Somerville right behind him.
Yep. They certainly got over the line, but it's anybody's guess what happened then. Well, there's the ball on the ground.
Did he have control, Nisbo? That's the key. Or was it shaken free?
Well, that decision is up to Christoph Burdos.
You might see it here, actually.
The ball rolled free, didn't it?
I think it did. I think they just did enough, the Springboks. Is that Matfield there, the last line, sitting down? He may have been able to free it.
So we now know why the referee didn't award it, because I think he could see that.
It was lost forward, so it's a 5-metre scrum, Springbok ball.
So the kick was a beaut. The bounce was cruel. Muliaina was held back.
So was McAllister.
I stay here. Please. I stay here.
This will be a test for the Springbok scrum.
Osterrand's back for the big scrum.
January. Oh, he's made a mess of it. Did he knock it on? Apparently not.
Back, onside, yeah, stay here.
Looks suspiciously like a knock on.
Stay here, okay.
Back it goes. And Van der Westhuizen scrambling.
Well,
let's have a look and see if he knocked this on, Murray. Well,
there's absolutely no doubt about that.
Referee's, not had a great night.
Ali Williams, what's he going to call here? He's at the back.
Doug Howlett scored a late try to beat the Box last season. All Blacks get it cleanly.
Well, they've got it at the back in control, and they're driving.
Looking good. He's got the arm out again.
Advantage Black.
Here's Mealamu. Kevin Mealamu.
Mealamu, the bullet. He just punches a hole whenever he goes. And that was the most crucial hole he's ever punched. And in fact, there was no room for him. But somehow he drove them back, and somehow he grounded the ball.
What a terrific drive from the All Black line out. They just split the Springboks apart.
And they drove so tight, and they went to the left, and he put his head up. He saw it was covered. Then he saw it was open. He couldn't believe his luck, and he nailed it. With no doubt about that. Oh, by Joves, there'll be some rejoicing there, because that is a victory by the forward pack over the Bok forward pack, who have been so stoic, so brave in defence, and so abrasive in defence. Yes, he got it down.
A big kick here for Luke McAllister. If he can land this, it'll force the Springboks to score a try. if they wish to win the game.
Just imagine the pressure on this young man's shoulders.
Here's Luke McAllister. He's never missed a kick in Test rugby, and he's done it again.
Well, the Springboks were just split apart, and all the key defenders ended up going right, and Mialamu went left.
Well, the great thing about it is no one could dispute that. It was a clear-cut, comprehensive, well-earned try.
4 minutes to go in the test. Down to Wepu. Turns and kicks immediately, does the right thing, and clears it away towards halfway. And now it's up to the Springboks to come back at the All Blacks in the last 3 minutes of the game.
Well, the interesting thing too is that's a bonus point. And of course the Boks will get a bonus point as well.
Schmidt throws. Knocked through the line out and knocked on. Valuable time taken up as the Springboks don't get the line out right. Well, he's found time to have a little smile, Steve Hansen. But they'll be nervous.
It was a nervous foul. Still 2.5 minutes to go, but All Blacks have the ball. Be interesting what they do with this.
Wepu away for McAllister. Good hands by Montgomery. Gives the pass off to Habana. Look at the pace. And Umaga did just enough to tip him out. The veteran player, 70th Test match. And that was an important chase. Just enough to tip him into touch.
Was there anyone else behind Umaga? Was this the last man? A fair it might have been.
So can James Ryan claim that? Or is that Ali Williams? Ali Williams, I think.
Ali Williams grabbed it. He's playing advantage. Little kick and chase. McAllister knocked forward by the Springboks. And he's gone back with a penalty. All Black penalty.
Of course, you can attack the ball in the air, but you can't attack the player, which is what happened in the line-out. When Williams had the ball.
They're going to have a shot at goal here. So this will allow the clock to tick down, but of course, if the kick doesn't go over, it probably won't be dead. Ali Williams dragged down. Penalty there against Victor Matfield. Well, as I said before, Luke McAllister has not missed a kick in Test rugby, but if he lands this one, it'll be a sensation, really. It's from halfway on the angle. It must be 55 metres.
And if it drops under the bar, they have to run it. They have to run it.
Of course they do, yep. 51 metres, okay.
So let's see how much pressure goes on this kick. A huge amount, I hope.
Oh, that's a good-looking kick. That's a great kick. Just missed. Now Montgomery, as the whistle, the siren goes, and here come the Springboks. January chased across, chance to get him across the touchline. All Blacks are desperate to do so, and it comes to the touchline, fired into touch by Rico Gear, and the game is over. The All Blacks have the win, and they're still alive in the Tri-Nations.
They often say it's not the ecstasy of victory, it's the relief of not losing for an All Black side, and I saw that there on their faces as they put their arms in the air, hoping the referee was blowing full time. Well, what a fantastic game we've had. It's been survival of the fittest, really, and tonight it was just the All Blacks, only just by a whisker. But what a tremendous game, both attack and defence, and really was evenly fought throughout. A wonderful climax for the Springboks' contribution towards this tri-series. And of course, it's still alive.
the New Zealand All
matches in a long time. This one here, you wouldn't have expected anything less from the Springboks. Most competitive, just an amazing performance.
Oh, exactly. To the Springboks credit, they came all this way and they never gave up, as you saw on the scoreboard and as you saw in the way they played. And I think we were fortunate to hold them out and get what we got, but we're happy with it.
Traded blows in the first half and they scored just before half-time, which would have rocked you back a wee bit. What was the message at half-time?
Well, I think just for us, our composure. We created a lot of things again, and again they lived off our mistakes. So that's the way they've been playing, and it's obviously successful for them. And so more power to them. But our boys really came out strong, and with the support of the Carisbrook crowd, it's great to have them here. We got on top.
One of the only set-piece tries was the one you scored off the line-out drive. Magnificent for Kevin Mialamu, but concerted pressure at the end. Yeah,
exactly. I think it shows the character that we have on this side. When we asked the question of ourselves in that last 20 minutes, everyone stood up and we came back.
Magnificent performance, Tana. We'll see you at Eden Park next week, eh?
Thank you very much.
Yes, of course, the big test match at Eden Park next week against the Wallabies, and the All Blacks will need to win that to win the Tri-Nations. So the crowd are very happy here at Carisbrook because they've seen the All Blacks beat the Springboks by 31 points to 27.
You must be absolutely proud of your team's performance. This is a South African side that just does not lay down.
Yeah, it was a really tough game. We knew it was going to be tight, and just let it go in the end there. But it was a good performance by the boys. They put everything they had out there. I think our time's still coming over here in New Zealand.
Yeah, it looks like you've got a fantastic unit. You lulled them back into playing the game you wanted. You fed off their mistakes, which you've been able to do with pressure throughout the series.
Yeah, obviously just not enough though. I think we should have held on more. We spent a little bit too much time in our half and it cost us in the end.
Terrific performance by the Springboks though. You've been able to win and compete away from home, which stands you in great stead for future matches.
Absolutely. I think definitely one of the greatest things about this young side is that they're growing with every match, and the boys are starting to really believe in themselves, which is a great thing for us.
John, always great visitors. Hard luck tonight, but congratulations on a great series.
Yeah, it's been a great Tri-Nations for us, so thanks very much for everyone out there.
So there's John Smith, the captain of the Springboks. They gave it their best shot tonight, but in the end it was a match-winning try by Kevin Mialamu that gave the All Blacks the win here at Carisbrook tonight.